Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 most terrifying moments from the Conjuring franchise. Beware of spoilers. Number 20, the opening scene with Annabelle, The Conjuring.
It started out small, like a hand or a leg was in a different position.
While horror movies don't necessarily need to open with a scare, it is preferred. It helps prepare the audience for what's to come and gives them confidence in the director's ability going forward. Luckily, the opening scene of The Conjuring is a nail-biter that perfectly sets the tone for the rest of the film.
She wanted to live with us by inhabiting the doll. We said yes. But then things got worse.
The opening shot of Annabelle's eyeball is immediately off-putting, and it only grows scarier from there, as we witness a sentient doll terrorizing a couple of young women. It's a great start to not only The Conjuring, but also the entire Conjuring universe. It's our first glimpse of one of the most popular horror villains of the entire decade. Number 19, truck scene. Annabelle Comes Home. Gary Dauberman's sequel might not reach the heights of its predecessors, but when it comes to jump scares, it delivers some real winners. Right from the start, we've dropped into the aftermath of one of Annabelle's early hauntings.
Sorry, wire's crossed.
Ed and Lorraine are driving the cursed doll home when things take a spooky turn. Their car stalls near the cemetery, and while Ed checks the engine, Lorraine senses something's off. She's right. They're surrounded by ghosts, and Ed is right in the middle. Then, out of nowhere, one shoves Ed into an oncoming truck.
Honey, you okay?
It's one nerve-wracking scene Dauberman builds through smart pacing and atmospheric tension, letting the fear simmer before it strikes. If you're watching this alone, either you're fearless or begging for nightmares.
Are you okay? I'm fine.
It's the doll, Ed. It's a beacon for other spirits.
Number 18, the toy fire truck, The Conjuring 2. The scene involving the fire truck is a great example of building tension and meeting expectations. We feel a little uneasy when the fire truck appears outside Billy's room, but the scene ups the tension when we and Billy notice the ominous blanket tent at the end of the hallway. The scene then utilizes silence and shadow to fantastic effect, as it both heightens our fear and gets us prepared for the coming scare. We know something's in there. We just don't know what or when it'll emerge. And while the final scream may be a little cheap, the sheer guttural and hostile sound of it is enough to make anyone jump and squirm. Number 17, Ghost Girl and the Door, Annabelle. Imagine sharing your home with a murderous spirit. Well, bad things are bound to happen. That is the nightmare Mia and her family endure in this chilling chapter that explores Annabelle's origin. This scene still haunts us. Here, director John R. Leonetti doesn't rely on cheap tricks. He builds dread with precision. Mia is home alone when eerie stuff starts happening. The music plays on its own. The sewing machine whirs to life. Then, the real terror strikes. Mia spots a little girl darting around the house. The door closes and the girl charges towards Mia, and in one heart-stopping flash, transforms into a demonic woman. It is smooth, shocking, and masterfully timed. You'll scream, jump, or do both. That is guaranteed. Number 16, Carolyn's Possession, The Conjuring. Let's be real, nothing in the Conjuring universe surpasses James Wan's original masterpiece. From tension and intriguing storyline to incredible acting and memorable scares, it has it all. If there's one moment that cranks up the terror, it's this scene where things go from bad to full-blown horror.
Get her here! Get her!
Carolyn, now possessed by Bathsheba, turns on her own kid. The Warrens and their team struggle to restrain her, but the spirit refuses to back down. As they attempt to pull Carolyn out of the house, Bathsheba violently yanks her back inside. Ouch.
Come on!
The scene hits hard for its visceral brutality and gut-wrenching emotional weight. Watching Carolyn be tossed around by a vicious force after fighting to harm her child is just plain heartbreaking. Number 15, The Crooked Man, The Conjuring 2. Set in 1977, this film sees the Warrens travel to England to help the Hodgson family, who are plagued by something dark. While Valak is the main villain, this isn't about the demon nun, but her twisted manifestation, the Crooked Man. This shape-shifting entity doesn't just appear. His transformation from a dog into this towering figure that attacks Billy is a heart-stopping highlight. His presence may be brief, but paired with that nursery rhyme that twists childhood innocence into something deeply unsettling, he becomes unforgettably creepy.
Was the Crooked Man. He walks a crooked mile.
Even more impressive, he's no CGI. Those mind-bending moves are brought to life by contortionist Javier Botet. Add Juan's slow pans and a pulsing score, and you've got a scare that sticks.
And thus his crooked soul spiraled into a crooked hell. Murdered his crooked family and loved a crooked laugh.
Number 14, The Final Showdown, The Nun. Valak, the big bad guy of the franchise, can take different forms to sow confusion and fear. In this 2018 flick, she emerges as a sinister-looking nun from the shadows of a cursed Romanian abbey, awakened after a rift to hell was reopened. Throughout the film, Valak torments Father Burke and Sister Irene, creating many creepy moments. But nothing tops the final showdown. It takes place in a claustrophobic tunnel, which heightens the tension especially with Valak being so unstoppable. Tapping into universal fears like confinement, drowning, and helplessness against something so evil, the terror feels so relentless.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit! It's a seven step!
Even when it appears the demon is defeated, we learn that it isn't the end, but only the beginning.
Nothing more than a third-grade education, yet after he was possessed, he spoke some of the best Latin I'd ever heard.
And like that, an upside-down cross started to appear from within his body.
Number 13, Esther Mullins' Corpse, Annabelle Creation. Set before the events of Annabelle, this film takes us back to where the horror began. It truly excels at blending gore, supernatural terror, and emotional stakes, and this scene encapsulates all that.
I thought the evil was contained. We thought helping the girls could be our penance.
Desperate to reconnect with their dead child, Esther Mullins and her husband unwittingly invite a demon spirit into their home. After Esther shares this tragic backstory with Sister Charlotte, she's killed off-screen. We have no idea how horrifying her death is until the girls explore her isolated room and find her mutilated corpse hanging on the wall. It's such a gory and jarring sight that you can't help but scream right along with them. Just when you think it's over, her half-torn body springs back to life later on and terrorizes them. Number 12, Bill Laughs Through Janet, The Conjuring 2. With this gripping sequel, James Wan proves once again he is a master of horror. Like the first film, The Conjuring 2 is yet another based on true events tale, and we know how that simple spin amplifies the dread. This time, Janet Hodgson is the target of a dark entity. In one scene that still sends chills down our spine, Janet becomes possessed by Billy Wilkins during an interview.
Stop calling me Janet.
Isn't that your name?
Janet's asleep.
And I'm talking.
It's truly unnerving as she switches from an innocent child to a snarling figure with hoarse laughter, even hurling insults at her mother.
Well, what should I call you?
This scene becomes even more chilling when you realize Bill isn't even the real threat, but a pawn being used by Valak to torment the Hodgsons.
Why have you come here?
I like to hear them scream.
Number 11, The Ferryman's Tomb. Annabelle comes home. In this installment, Annabelle doesn't bring terror on her own. She unleashes other demons locked inside the Warrens' artifact room. One of the scariest spirits she awakens is the Ferryman. He's the very symbol of death, collecting souls and requiring coins for payment. Mary Ellen's first encounter with the spirit is suspense-filled and chilling all the way. But the moment that left us truly petrified is the hallway lined up with his victims, eyes covered with coins. Imagine your home being transformed into a funeral site. There's no coming back from that kind of fear. It isn't just the visuals, it's the suffocating tension, that feeling of being trapped between the living and the dead that really gets under your skin. Number 10, the cemetery scene, The Nun. There might be some unintentionally funny scenes in The Nun, but this definitely is not one of them. Picture a shadowy cemetery, being trapped in an underground coffin, and the horrifying realization that you're not alone. That's a sequence that taps into our deepest fears. Corin Hardy nails the terror by suspending the camera above Father Burke's head, creating an intense close-up that makes us feel just as trapped. The muffling sound, creaking noise, and pounding heartbeat crank up the claustrophobia to unbearable levels. No wonder Damien Bachir was terrified while filming this. Who wouldn't be? Honestly, it's the kind of scene that feels all too real and otherworldly all at once. And that is horror done right.
How did you get in there? The ground was covered.
There's a powerful evil presence in this place.
Number 9, Mullins stalking Carol and Nancy. Annabelle Creation.
Nighttime is when Mrs. Mullins gets her powers.
Annabelle Creation was full of many surprisingly good scares, and this Mullins scene is one of the best. By having the scene open with Carol and Nancy laughing and goofing off, the movie allows us to feel relaxed with the characters.
No. She's ready to feed.
Even when the first bell rings, the characters make a joke out of it and ease the atmosphere. However, things get real serious real fast. The use of sound is brilliant, as the ominous noise of the bell conjures feelings of danger, and the subsequent silence allows us to once again feel at ease, before we're shocked with the final jump scare. And damn, that face is terrifying.
What's going on?
Number 8, The Laundry Ghost, The Conjuring. If there's one negative thing we can say about The Laundry Ghost, it's that it was shown far too much in the ads that its effect during the actual movie was somewhat lost. Just imagine if this scare took you by surprise instead of having it spoiled by the countless trailers and TV spots. It really is a great, imaginative, and original scare, as we truly do not expect anything ominous to happen. Sure, the coming storm is a sign, but there is zero indication that a ghost is standing directly in front of Lorraine. This is a jump scare done right. Can we get more of these, please? Number 7, Amityville, The Conjuring 2.
After everything we've seen,
there isn't much that rattles either of us anymore.
We didn't think the Conjuring franchise could one-up the creepy Annabelle opening from the first movie, but we were wrong. The Amityville opening to The Conjuring 2 is a masterclass in how editing can be used to fantastic and terrifying effect. We've seen the story of the Amityville murders numerous times throughout the years, but The Conjuring 2 takes an original visual approach to the story. The jerky editing style of the scene is extremely unsettling and gives it the suitable feeling of a nightmare, especially when the mother suddenly turns to the camera.
What did you do? What did you do?
Love or hate these movies, there's no denying that they involve some great and original filmmaking techniques.
Honey, you okay? What are you saying?
Number 6. Arnie Kills Bruno. The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. There's no arguing it, this 2021 entry is not the strongest in the franchise. But that does not mean it's without the bone-chilling moments The Conjuring is known for. One of the film's most horrifying scenes comes when Arnie kills Bruno, or should we say, when the devil does. It's a bizarre moment with a disorienting mix of reality and supernatural distortion.
Arnie, help me!
As Arnie slips into a frenzied state, you can feel that something is about to go terribly wrong. The dim lighting and flickering effects keep you on edge, never quite sure what's happening until it's too late.
What the hell?
Rather than showing Bruno's death up front, the director lets your imagination do the work, which makes the whole thing feel disturbingly real. Number 5. The Old Man and the TV. The Conjuring 2.
And within minutes.
Some people may enjoy watching TV with the ghost of a lonely old man, but not this old man. This scene utilizes growing apprehension to fantastic effect. We obviously know that something isn't right, and we watch with increasing uneasiness as various creepy but relatively harmless events play out throughout the scene. We finally catch a glimpse of the man in the TV, and right when we feel as if we're about to burst from the disquiet, the movie utilizes a perfectly timed jump scare to unleash all the built-up tension it accumulated throughout the preceding moments. It's a jump scare, yes, but it's an earned jump scare.
My house!
Number 4. The Basement Elevator, Annabelle. Annabelle may not be everyone's favorite film in the Conjuring universe, but it still has a few good scares, including the basement elevator scene. Director John R. Leonetti employs many James Wan-esque Conjuring scare tactics, including the emergence of something in the corner of the frame, in this case a baby carriage, a sudden supernatural jump scare, and incredible silent tension in the case of the elevator. All these tactics are very effective and creepy. We expect something to jump out or emerge from the shadows, and when it doesn't, our concern grows until it becomes unbearable. This scene shows restraint, and it's all the better for it. Number 3. Hide and Clap. The Conjuring. This is arguably the quintessential scene of the Conjuring series, even if it's not necessarily the scariest. It was plastered all over the trailers and posters and has since become the de facto representation of the entire franchise, and for good reason. It's an incredibly original scene, and the image of the clapping ghost hands is enough to send viewers into fits.
Who's ever down there? I'm gonna lock you in now!
Our imaginations immediately take over, and we begin to think of what malicious entity could be clapping and leading Carolyn into danger. And the final clap, coming after minutes worth of unbelievable nervousness, will arguably go down as one of the most iconic scares of the decade. Number 2. The Valak painting. The Conjuring 2. And with this scene alone, we all fell in love with Valak. The Conjuring 2 is filled with many terrific scenes, as we've established, but there's something truly original and fantastic about this terrifying sequence, which elevates it far above the others. It's a brilliant piece of staging and lighting, especially when the lamp goes out and the image of Valak remains standing in the shadows. The ambiguity regarding its true nature is terrific and results in borderline intolerable anxiety. It's enough to send constant chills down your spine, and for you to seek relief by looking away from the screen. It's okay, we do not blame you. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bathsheba on the wardrobe, The Conjuring. Now this is how you surprise the audience. This scene begins like many we've seen before. A door bangs and a character checks it out. Yawn. And then the camera pans up. The scene brilliantly utilizes our expectations and the conventions of the horror genre to its benefit. We expect the scene to be nothing but the cliche and seemingly inevitable character checks out the closet moment. We aren't expecting someone to actually be there, let alone attack. It's a fantastic piece of writing and filmmaking, especially by having the camera play such a major role in the reveal. This scene proves why James Wan is one of the leading directors in horror today. Which of these scenes terrified you the most? Let us know in the comments section.
I don't want to hear another word. Now get back to bed, the lot of you!